Chapter 12 of Going His Way. Little Talks to Little Folks by Rev. Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Chapter 12. The Lost Child. Nobody likes to see a child cry. Whenever we see a child cry, we try to help the child. Isn't that right? Certainly! We want little boys and girls to be happy. We want little boys and girls to laugh and smile. We don't like to see a child cry. Well, the other day, a little 5-year-old boy stood in the center of a great railroad station. The boy was in trouble. He was crying as though his heart would break. A number of men and women, hearing the cries of the little boy, went up to the boy and tried to help him. "What's the matter, little boy?" asked several of the men and women. "Can't we help you? What's the matter?" The little boy paid no attention to the questions. The more the good people tried to help the little boy, the more the little boy cried. Finally, a kind-hearted policeman came along. The policeman, too, wondered what was the matter. And so he stooped down and lifted the little boy in his arms. "Well, little fellow," spoke the policeman kindly, "won't you tell me what's the matter? Why are you crying? Did you lose your mother?" For a moment the little boy held his breath. Then he cried out at the top of his voice, "No, I didn't lose my mother. My mother lost me." Boys and girls, we have a mother, the Blessed Virgin Mary. When Jesus hung on the cross, didn't Jesus give Mary to us to be our mother? Certainly, He did. Well, Mary acts just like a mother to all of us. Mary watches over us and protects us. She keeps us from harm. She helps us to save our souls. Yes, Mary acts as a real mother to every one of us. And best of all, Mary is always near us. She never runs away from us. But do you know what happens sometimes? Very often, Mary loses us. There are some little boys, yes, and little girls too, who run away from Mary. Like the little boy in the story, these boys and girls get lost. They get away from Mary, their mother. They get away from Mary because they don't pray to her. Mary wants to be near them, but they run away. You know, boys and girls never lose Mary, but sometimes Mary loses boys and girls. Do you remember the time when the child Jesus was lost? What happened? Why, the very same thing happened to Jesus that happened to the little boy in the story. Jesus didn't lose Mary. Oh, no! Mary lost Jesus. For 3 days Mary searched for Jesus, and finally she found Him. Maybe Mary has lost you. Have you been praying to Mary lately? Have you been praying to Mary every day? Have you been saying Hail Marys to the Blessed Virgin every day? Have you been saying your rosary? Well, if you haven't been doing these things, then Mary has lost you. Right at this moment, children, Mary's looking for you. She wants to find you because she is worried about you. Mary is afraid that you'll get into trouble. Mary is afraid that you'll fall into sin. Boys and girls, keep close to Mary, your mother. Pray to her often. Pray to her every day. If you do that, Mary, your mother, will protect you. She will help you save your soul. If you pray to Mary every day, children, you won't get lost. If you pray to Mary every day, Mary won't lose you, and you won't lose Mary. End of chapter 12.